All right. What up, y'all? Yeah, I got a broken ankle. What are you gonna do about it? Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a long, long 3 months. Hi, what up, everybody? My name is Riley McCord. I'm a 20-year-old Christian artist from California, and today we are gonna be doing a video on some theory stuff, very light theory stuff. We're gonna just be going over major and minor scales today. We're gonna talk about it, and then I'm gonna pull out my guitar, which is somewhere over here, and then we're gonna go through it. We're gonna kind of walk through it. Bear with me. I've got a broken ankle as of a week ago Saturday, but I had surgery 3 days ago, and so kind of just get through it. And I was like, you know what, might as well make some content while I'm stuck like this. So yeah. For those of you who don't know, I'm very blessed and fortunate to be able to run a local band from Turlock, California called Joyful Noise United. And we actually have some ways that you can give and support, and also even purchase something to help support our ministry. We've got our hats. These are the new ones, more dark gray and black. And then we've also got cups that you can purchase that are insulated as well. And yeah, I believe hats are like, both are roughly around 20 bucks. I don't remember the actual numbers. Don't kill me, y'all. You guys can support us. You can comment below, or I'll even put my Instagram handle in the comments, and you guys can DM me if you'd like to buy one. Every little bit helps. Appreciate y'all. Let's get into this. All right, so we're going to start with G major. We're just going to start with the major scales because that's where I started on trumpet. I'm actually a trumpet player, so I'm like actively learning like where these notes are on the neck, and challenging myself in that area, doing this with you guys just because I really wanted to. I want to dive deeper into the guitar neck. And the way I learned to play stuff on the trumpet was learning my scales, very similarly to how I learned English, how most of us probably learn English. We learned the alphabet, we learned how an individual letter sounds, then we threw them all together, and then we made words and then sentences. It's kind of the same way with music, how I look at it. And so starting with something simple like the major scale, we're going to start with G major, like I said. And if you don't know major versus minor, the easiest way I could put it is a happy sounding scale versus a more, not creepy, but kind of like on that way towards creepy sounding scale. I'm going to give a more dark feeling, which is very good to know because you can create songs based off these certain scales to give a certain feeling, or you can do the same thing with different chord progressions, but we're not going to get into that right now. We're just going to focus on this major scale. So yeah, let's do it. And I'm going to turn a metronome on. You may not be able to hear it because I think I'll take it off the track when I upload it, but I always practice with a metronome, whether it's trumpet, drums, guitar. It just helps me. I'm not perfect in time, so that's a very, very, very important thing. Try to always practice with a metronome. Yeah. So how I'm thinking of attacking this instrument right now is I'm thinking whole, half. If you don't know what that is, it's a pattern, especially keyboardists would know what that is. A whole step versus a half step of a note. So like a half step would be like going from G to A flat or G sharp, however you want to think about it. But a whole step would be G to A. And so what I think about in the whole half is this. So I could go, so I have G, right? And then I want to go up a whole step, so I'd go to A, right? So that would be a whole step, but for a major scale, I need another whole step. So then I'm going to go to B. There's B. Now we're going to the fourth note, which is a half step. So you have whole, half, which would be C. So that's kind of the pattern. You keep going up. So whole, half. So then I'd have D, right? And then I'd have E. And then I'd have F sharp. Sorry. And then I'd have G. Right, and then I have a whole scale. And so learning these scales and learning like this letter comes after this letter, because we only have A through G with like flats and sharps, you know what I mean? is very crucial. I'm not going to go in depth on like why that is or what the notes are and stuff, but maybe another video. Yeah, so I found my notes in G major. So now I'm going to go, I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to try and play up the scale again. So I'm going to have G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. And then my ear training teacher would always tell me, go back down the scale. It's just as important. And it really is. All my teachers have said that. It's just as important to be able to go back down the scale. So we're going to go back down the scale. So we have G and F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, and then G again. And there you go, you have G major. So you can hear like the happiness. You can hear like the, oh, this isn't sad. This is kind of like joyful. And that's what it is. And so that same pattern, the cool thing about guitar, you think a lot about patterns. That same pattern that I just used, I could use on something like A major. So I'd have A, and then a B, C sharp, half step, so D, and then E, F sharp, G sharp, A, right, and then same thing, I'd go back down. But just knowing like where I am in the alphabet, and then also knowing like patterns on a guitar, definitely helpful. Where I struggle right now is going further, so another octave. So I could go back to G major and go, right? This is where we were before. D, E, F sharp, and then we have G again. So, but what if I want to keep going? See, now this is where I myself get a little lost, because I'm not, this higher end of the neck is foreign to me. So what I do when I approach this thing where I'm like, I don't really know, the first thing is I try to go it slow. I'm not going to try and go crazy about it. I'm not going to try and rush through it. I also don't want to just throw a lob up. Like I want to think about it before I do it, or I'm just going to play a random note. And it's not that that's bad. It's just not helpful for my brain, at least. So I'm going to think about it. I have G right here, right? So then I know that this fret is a whole step. If I were to go here, I know that's A. So then I'm here and I'm like, okay, I got this. So then I'm going to try the string that's higher up here. Let's see if it's A. It is A. And so I'm like, okay, so now I found that. So then I go back G, A, and then I'm like, okay, well, B is a whole step. So then, boom, now I found B, but now I need C, which should be a half step. There's C. Now here's where I'm gonna get even more lost. So I'm at C now, and I need D, but I wanna go it up here. I'm gonna try this note right here, but I don't know if it's it. So it is it, which is cool. D, and then I need E. Now I need F sharp, so I'm gonna go the same thing. I'm gonna be like, okay, I need F sharp. I'm at E right now. This would be F sharp normally on this string, but I wanna go to a different string. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be one of these two, knowing patterns on the neck and then knowing notes. I'm like, okay, that seems to be G. And then if I think about it, okay, I found G, but I just skipped F sharp. Now, if I thought a little bit more, I would have realized this is an E string, this is an E string tuning. Therefore, it's going to be a G. So that makes this F sharp. So now I've found my scale, right? So I can go back to where is it? Here's G again. So we have G, B, or A, sorry, B, C. There it is, see what I mean? And sometimes I'll mess up and I'm not perfect, and I know that, but the goal is to think about it as you're doing it. So I'm going to try and do a whole octave scale. Let's see if we can do it. C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. So we're messing up at the same spot. So we can isolate that after. Let's try and go back down. So we'd have G, F sharp, E, D, and then I know the scale from here, right? B, A, G. I know I'm going really slow. I'm sorry, but you know, again, I'm trying to learn this too. So I'm messing up right here at this D, right? Each time. And so I'm like, okay, that's a problem. How can I isolate that problem? Because a lot of practicing, at least for me, is finding the spots I'm weak at and then isolating it so that way I can attack it and I can get better at it. I'm going to get up for a second because my legs are killing me. Again, broken ankle. And then I'll be right back. All right, we're back. So we're going to start where we left off and we're going to kind of just isolate the spot again. So we got G, F sharp, E, and then D. Right, okay, we found it again. Real quick, another important thing to do is take breaks, especially if you're going to practice for more than like 10-15 minutes. It's really good to do breaks. I myself, I try to only take 15 or 10 to 15 minutes of practice. I find that practicing for an hour, I get mentally fatigued, physically fatigued, and I'm just not getting as much done as I would in like a 10-minute session, if that makes sense. Just a quick tip. I mean, find what works for you. Not everyone has that time either, so totally get that. We're going to put this into context now. We're going to not do giant context. We're going to do a miniature, more context. So we're going to start from this G, not this G. Right? So starting from here, we're going to go and we're going to go up the scale. So we got G, B, C, D. There it is. F sharp. And then G. Right, okay, so we've done it. We've gone up the scale. Can we go down the scale? Let's see. E. Cool. A little mess up there plucking wise and fingering on the fret, but now we're going to put it into full context. And I do this on everything. Like when I mess up, I isolate, and then after I isolate, I give it a little more context, and then after I give it a little more, then I give it even more, and then I can put it in the full big picture. So now I'm going to do the full, all the octaves. So I'm going to start at this low G. So we got C, D, F sharp, and then G again, A, B, then we have a half step, that's C, and we need D, perfect. Look at that. So we can go up a bit. Great. Again, we need to be able to go down it. So we're going to keep thinking, keep your thinking cap on, don't give up, because you can't just, once we stop thinking, that's when we're going to mess up, you know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm not even joking. My stuff died as soon as I was getting into that. It's tragic. But yeah, just keep practicing. Run up and down the scales. Do all the keys. Move around the neck and stuff. And yeah, honestly, it's time and patience too, and effort. But I can't wait to keep going on this journey. I'm going to do minor keys next time. I wanted to go more in depth on major keys today, and so I'm going to do that next time. But hope y'all enjoyed. If there's better ways that I could teach this, please drop in the advice in the comments. If you have questions, do the same. Drop in the comments. But yeah, other than that, hope y'all have a blessed rest of your day. Love y'all. Peace.